today in Singapore at the Tripartite Campaign Agreement signing at the Malaysia Network event by Sarawak Tourism Board. And with me today is Wadi Datuk Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Sarawak Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts. Hi Datuk, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, great. Alright, how do you see the integrations of business and leisure travel, also known as leisure, impacting Sarawak tourism landscape? And what unique offerings do you believe will attract more visitors to the region?
Yeah. Well, the signing of the tripartite campaign or the agreement between Sarawak Tourism Board, Scoot Airlines, as well as Sarawak Trade and Tourism Office in Singapore. Well, Sarawak is the only state in Malaysia, I think, that have got an office, Trade and Tourism Office in Singapore. We just also set up another one in Brunei Darussalam. We will be setting up another one also in Kalimantan Barat province, in Pontianak. Well, the primary objective of this partnership is to boost connectivity and increase inbound travel from Singapore, which is a regional hub, to Sarawak. City Sarawak is the largest state in Malaysia. The capital of Sarawak is Kuching, but we do have other subsidiary cities, Miri, Sibu, Bintulu, which have got their own role to play. Bintulu is our industrial city. That's where we export our gas, our minerals. Miri is our resort city. That's why when it comes to tourism, we always tell them, apart from coming down to Kuching, go to Miri, because outside of Miri we do have a lot of interesting places. That is where you can find two UNESCO World Heritage sites. The Mia Cave, which is just 1.5 hours from Miri, as well as Mulu Cave. We are very, very proud of these two World Heritage sites. So back to your question just now, with this arrangement that we have today, the tripartite agreement or arrangement that we have, we will be getting more flights. Mm-hmm. Sarawak is on an island, the island of Borneo, and unfortunately we do not have good connectivity via the sea. We have not been able to develop cruise tourism that much. So the only gateway into Sarawak is by the A. So that's why we try as much as possible to encourage as many airlines as possible to get connected with Sarawak. And in Sarawak itself, we have got several agencies doing a lot of good promotion, trying to showcase what we have got to offer, whether it's in tourism, whether it's in conferences, which is also part of tourism, business events, trying to bring them to Sarawak. And the state government of Sarawak, we are quite fortunate, because the state is very, very stable politically. When there's stability, we are able to bring a lot of things, whether it is sport event, whether it's business, whether it's medical tourism, educational tourism. We have got quite a number of universities. So those are the little things that we do, and we can see that people are coming in. We take, for example, like for this year, we placed a target of 4 million visitors. Until September, we have hit 3.6 million. So by October, this month, we will hit the 4 million. We might even hit the 5 million this year, which is a good sign. And when we come to promoting Sarawak, we don't just focus on one country. We don't just focus on Singapore. We have got an agency called Sarawak Tourism Board. They are the one that do a lot of promotion overseas. We also have got business event Sarawak, which try to bring as many business event conferences in Sarawak. We are embarking on quite a number of things, even insights into what are the areas that they should develop or improve on. Because I don't expect Sarawak Tourism Board to be able to handle everything, because under the state, anything to do with tourism, we have got many other agencies that look after this product. We take, for example, national parks in Sarawak are handled by Sarawak Forestry Corporation. Then a lot of the others comes under the council. So that is where the ministry will be able to link up, and then and that is also where Sarawak Tourism Board will be able to inform us in the ministry. The ministry will be able to link up with all these other smaller agencies, how to improve themselves. We are going to bring in tourists to these places, how to improve themselves. And at least those that are being brought in by Scoot, those that have been promoted by the travel agents down here, when they come over, they will feel their money is well spent. Well spent, yeah. That little collaboration, that's why we need all this connect, starting with the memorandum of understanding.
What are the key initiatives or strategies that the Sarawak Tourism Board is implementing to boost tourism in the region post-pandemic, and how does this event align with those goals?
In Sarawak, personally, I see we have got quite a success story in handling COVID, unlike many others. You would be surprised when we quarantine people that come into Sarawak during COVID. We place them even in 5-star hotels. And the government pay for the quarantine. I've been asked by those in the tourism industry, Mata, why is the state government doing this? Spending visitors coming into Sarawak, putting them into 5-star hotel. There is a reason for it. If we don't do that, can you imagine? The hotel industry will collapse. For 2 years, there is no visitors coming in. So we placed all those that come in, that 2 weeks quarantine in the hotel. We pay for them. So it will in some way sustain, keep them alive, not just in Kuching, but in the other town and cities in Sarawak. Apart from that, I have to acknowledge the ideas that come in from Sarawak Tourism Board, packages like Siasitok program. You see, when you cage people, when you quarantine them, you don't allow them to go outside of the country. If they are so used to school holidays, going to China, going to Turkey, you cage them, you ask them to stay. They will not be able to stand it. So what we did was, during that time, we developed the local product. So Sarawak is a big state. Those from Miri will come down to Kuching. Those from Kuching will go to Miri, because everywhere they have got, and those places are being heavily subsidized by the government. So at least instead of moving out to other countries, they move within the country, and that in itself support the domestic tourism. I put my head to those that come up with these kind of ideas, and from there we are able to see the role of domestic tourism. They are as big as those international tourists. Well, you stay in the hotels that they are also paying the same price that the foreign tourists. So if you are able to develop your local tourism, whether they are from West Malaysia, whether they're internally within Sarawak, they can keep the economy very high. But on the other hand, we also have targets, arrivals. Our biggest arrival before COVID was in 2019. The number of visitors that come into Sarawak was 4.6 million. That was the highest. 2019, so much so that 2020, I bring it up, the target to 5 million. But everybody knows 2020 was the start of the quarantine global, this, on the 18th of March, Malaysia imposed that clampdown, no movement. Everything shut down. But we start moving up again from 2022. 22, 23, 24 now. 2022, we placed a target of 2 million. We hit the 2 million. 2023, we placed the target as 3 million. We hit the 3 million. Actually, we hit it, the 3 million. By 31st December, it was 3.92 million.
What is moving to promote sustainable tourism practices, and how can travelers participate in these efforts?
Thank you so much for the question. Yes, that is fundamental to us, sustainability. You see, Sarawak tourism product is based on nature. I would say that's the biggest aspect of it. When you talk about sightseeing in the city, well, that's a little bit part of it. So this rural tourism whereby visitors or packages is being done, that is where Sarawak Tourism Board has put an emphasis on how we educate our people who are involved directly and indirectly in this tourism industry. One example is that our office do seminar, training, whatever that is related to sustainability among the local people, the longhouse folks, those who run homestays, this kind of thing. So I think once they understand that they must participate in keeping the product alive and thriving, I think that's one of the key words in the sustainability part of this tourism aspect. So that's where we have been putting a lot of emphasis on this, also working together with Ministry of Tourism on this aspect. So far, I think the local people, especially the operators, the independent individual tourism product operator are beginning to understand the needs to have this initiative. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If I may add a little bit on that, you see, now the world is very conscious about the importance of environment, environmental, about sustainability, about responsible tourism. We are also very, very particular about that. And it's good that the world globally is looking at it from that angle, because if we don't, then there's nothing much left for our future generations.
Yeah.
That's why we have to protect the environment. We have to make sure that the world is not being too much polluted. All this carbon
emissions. Carbon emission, yeah.
Going into better type of fuel, renewable energy. That we are embarking on that. Sarawak is not behind on this. We are very. We have got laws that we have amended to make sure that it's going along that line. Even in events that we organize, Rainforest World Music Festival, which is very distinct to Sarawak, a part of the tickets sales goes towards that. For
replanting
of mangroves and all that. These are the little things that we do, and we don't allow single plastic bottles
Yeah,
Use in the event.
Yeah.
During the event, we use water dispensers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good. We are if everyone are doing something like this, I think the world will be a better place.
Yeah.
Okay, my last question here, Dr. Dennis. How does Sarawak Tourism Board plan to collaborate with local businesses and stakeholders to enhance the overall visitor experience? Can you share any specific partnerships or projects in the pipeline?
This is an ongoing process. We have rolled out a couple of initiatives through our office, then working closely with local bodies. What are the sample?
PATA, TDR, the training that we have.
Yes, yeah. Training, this kind of thing that we have been doing beside our main core, I would say, business promoting Sarawak, but we do get involved because we have to make them understand that we are selling the state and they have to look at the product and continue to improve where they need to improve. So that's why your question is very, very good, whereby these two parties have to work together, not only one time, but continuously. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you for YB Dato' Abdul Karim Rahmanza and YB Dato' Dennis Lau. It's been enlightening to learn about Sarawak Tourism Board initiatives and your future plans. We appreciate your time and look forward to seeing how Sarawak Tourism Board continues to shape the tourism industry. Thank you so much.